Folks, welcome to No Man's Sky. Now, this is a game I don't think I've played on the channel or on stream before. At least not that I can recall. I know I've played other space games. I know for a while there we used to play Elite Dangerous on here. And that was fun. That used to be the thing that we would play on our streams when I was working. Hello? 3 p.m. I'm sorry, 3 p.m. to midnight. So my streams would be like 1 a.m. till who knows when, basically until I got tired at my after work thing while my wife was asleep. Obviously, we don't really do that anymore. We don't really stream anymore. However, we do still play games. We do still goof around in space. And here is how I am goofing around in space. I've been playing No Man's Sky. My cat has decided to join me, so if you hear him, ignore him, I guess. I'm gonna try to. He always seems to come when I start talking. He always is like, oh, now it's my turn to like get involved. Anyways, like I said, I don't think we played this game before. Don't think we've like played a space game in a while on the channel. And we may not play this game, but I did want to show you some games that I've been playing, kind of as a record for myself of games that I have been engaging with throughout the year in 2026. Also as like, oh my god, I forgot how to do my, there we go, that's the jump. But also as like a way to kind of just show off some of the things that I don't necessarily want to make into a video just yet. You know, I could maybe think of something, some funny thing to do with this game. There could be like a stream of it. It could be a Let's Play series. Who knows, right? But as of right now, I don't really have like a plan, but I do want to take you on a tour of my save currently. So this is No Man's Sky, and this is No Man's Sky in 2026. I bought this game, I pre-ordered this video game, and I remember very distinctly my roommate at the time and I both pre-ordering it. We both had PlayStation 4s at the time. We were both goofing around. We both were like so excited. I bought it digitally. He bought a physical copy. I think I went with him to go pick up his physical copy at like a GameStop or something. We played the game in our separate rooms. He was playing on the big TV in the living room. I was just playing in my own bedroom. We were goofing around. We were playing. I was naming systems after wrestlers and wrestling things because I had just gotten into wrestling at the time. And I remember us playing for like 3 or 4 hours. I remember us being really excited for this game and going like, this is going to be ridiculous. This is going to be so much fun. It's going to be like a fun time to be had by all. We're going to see so many cool little creatures and things. We're going to discover so many awesome objects in space. Played for those 4 hours. I remember going into the living room to see how he was doing, and we both just kind of looked at each other, and we were like, yeah, huh? Not quite what we thought it was going to be, huh? And obviously the game is much different from that now. I couldn't tell you all of the changes that have been made. The craziest thing to me, and I'll show it in a little bit, is that the space stations have changed. So now they look completely different than what I remember. Maybe I can find some footage of what I remember. But here is where my save is at now. As you can see, my spaceship was not the normal spaceship I've been making. I just finished the Corvette quest line, so now I have that. I've been goofing around with a settlement I found that I didn't know was a thing you could do in this game. Let's make a policy decision right now. Fund welfare measures or fund productivity improvements. 2 sets of advisors are keen you endorse their proposals for settlement. One faction are looking to increase industrial output, but the others sneer at this approach. They favor improving citizen welfare. I'm gonna say we have to improve productivity because we are not doing so hot. Let's go upgrade our warehouse. The cool thing with settlements is that a lot of times it's just like you come in and you make a decision every like I don't know, hour to 2 hours in game time, or real world time rather, because I just turned this game off, and then it's now giving me stuff to do. So we buffed our storage unit a while ago. Now we have this logistical core, which is increasing productivity, and then I'm building it up to class B right now. I went and did a bunch of stuff where I got, you know, resources and fed them to the menu, and then every like half an hour to an hour and a half, it was like, hey, you could do a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. But look, now our productivity's increased, our happiness is increased up by a little bit. We can see here now we're making 37,000 units per day, I want to say is what it is. We have a little bit more citizen happiness, and now this is now beating its upkeep costs, which is nice. And eventually, I guess, we'll be able to, like, get things from here at some point. Who knows when that'll happen. You can see here. Oh, in 178 hours and 2 minutes, we'll be able to clear the debt and start building things. Now, I think things will kind of increase faster as things happen here. You know, we're currently at 20% of our, I'm sorry, we're at 20 out of 47 of our population. You can see that our happiness is slowly crawling up. Our productivity is finally outpacing maintenance costs, which is great. And apparently, like I mentioned before, you can get resources from this outside of just money, I'm assuming. Which is going to be awesome. So that might mean that, for instance here, I've been trying to get everything I can up to level B, class B. So you can see here I have a class B advanced habitation unit that's increasing productivity. Has no special features yet, but whatever. Yeah, if I had some ionized cobalt, I could make this a class A. Is this another one that I've yet to... I kind of wish most of this stuff was just on a menu. It's like this. I need magnetized ferrite, which I think I might have. If not, I can very easily go get some. And I can show you how I do that here. So this housing block, which is right next to our main square, something we could upgrade. Let's see, our sleeping pod is also class C. This needs pure ferrite, so we need pure ferrite, magnetized ferrite, and maybe some other stuff, who knows. Like I said, I wish most of this stuff was just on a menu, because it is kind of silly to wander around trying to look for for this thing. Another storage unit that could be upgraded. This needs ion batteries, which I don't think I have any more of on hand. I have 7 right now. Those have all been pretty much used for... I think I made 1 billion of them and then used them on the other storage unit. Bioshed needs nitrogen, which I don't have access to until I get a bioshed up and running, or a biofarm either. One of those two will give me gases, I'm pretty sure, reading Reddit and some other things. But that's kind of the vibe here, is we just kind of scroll around, look for stuff. Now we might have some... Do I still have stuff that is not identified on here? I can't see what the thing was that I was shooting at. Not that. Maybe it was that it just didn't load in properly. Oh, maybe it's over here. As you can see, I've upgraded some stuff too. So for the longest time, I never engaged with anything that cost nanites, because I figured you never got enough nanites for it to really be meaningful. So I might as well just kind of slowly keep collecting them and never use them and hope for the best, right? I have been using nanites. So right now we get plus, it looks like we're doing like 99 times certain things, 120 times the rewards for certain things. All kind of grouped up over here. Now, I don't know if I'm doing this in the optimal way, and feel free to tell me a better way to move these panels around so that way I'm getting the most out of them. But as of my trial and error, this is the best combination I found so far. So now, when I scan things, which I can't really scan anything here because I've scanned a lot of stuff here. Oh no, there we go. I'm getting 71,000 credits for that. Sometimes I'm getting like 40 something, 400,000 credits for stuff. There's ferrite dust here, pure ferrite here. But I've also like upgraded my miner, so I'm getting a ton more stuff per object mined. But only with this doohickey, not with anything else, which is kind of sucks. Which is kind of sucks. Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to say. I think I might have enough pure ferrite just from that. I think they only wanted 150. Oh no, I still need a little more. I'm in a storm right now. I think it's this over here. I can grab another. We're still gonna need magnetized ferrite, which we will. I'll show you how I make that. All right, that should be enough pure ferrite. So, which was the one that needed pure? I think it was the house, and not the thing. Oh my god, it's so hard to see. This was ion batteries, not what I'm looking for. This was nitrogen, not what I'm looking for. We were in the town square. Was this one the housing block? Magnetized, okay. No, magnetized is not, we need pure. What was the thing that needed pure? Was it this? Was it the sleeping pod? Pure, okay, here we go. So this will kind of show you what I've been doing. So the sleeping pod is now in progress. Still in the middle of a storm, but being under here is kind of helping us actually see what's going on. So in 20 minutes, we'll come back and that will be upgraded. In the meantime, though, we do have some other stuff we want to do, right? So the magnetized, okay, so the ferrite needs to become pure ferrite, which then needs to become magnetized ferrite, right? So let's go ahead and do that. And I will show you my method that I've been using. I also don't know why this is under my office, but whatever. Let's get the hell out. And we're going to pop over to my freighter. Oh. I will say that the game still has some pretty wild glitches and oddities here and there. I don't know if it showed up there, but I was looking at a weird graphical glitch when this warp effect started. I don't know if it's happening for you. Oh, that was weird. I just saw like the faint glimmer of my freighter. The other thing I've been doing is I've been playing on my Switch 2 with this. Now, currently I'm playing on the PS5 because, well, it's just the better option of the two. It is a miracle that this thing runs on the Switch 2 at all, but I think that they could definitely get it running better. I feel like it's not impossible, but maybe I'm just an idiot. Anyways, here's my freighter. With your freighter, you can send out your fleet to go do things, which is what I do a lot. So here we go. Fleet command online. Let's debrief it and see what they've got to say. Alright, so Vicrene smugglers. We collected some, enriched carbon. Neural duct. Sirius is meowing into my ear, which you may or may not be able to hear, but I'm trying to ignore him. I think a neural duct is just a... accelerant. What's the neural duct? What's the neural duct and where did it go? It's on the... oh, it's on the freighter. Duh. It's just a trade good, so I like to move these to my spaceship. Let's see here. Oh no, that's the... All right, so you can see here we've got some enriched carbon, which are good for trading and crafting. I've got some other trade goods here in my inventory here that I've kind of come across. Some like geodes and hyper clusters, excuse me, that I haven't broken apart yet. Fragments. This bulb is 321 years old. I don't know where I got this from. This hex core that I could get 16 bucks for. I don't know what this is from either. I've got some stuff. I could sell. I could sell this for like $1 million. I've got 13 million right now, so I don't really need it, but I could sell it. I got a tentacle. Got this plating. I've got a bunch of goofy stuff in here that I really don't need, and in fact, I'm gonna start dumping some stuff. But I do now have this large refiner in my ship, which allows me to do 3 inputs. Now, if you've played this game, I feel like in modern times, this may not be like that interesting to you, but for me, this is incredible. The ability to just do this without having to worry too much about really anything. I don't have to worry about, fuel costs. I'm just getting this stuff for free, basically. I'm just spending a little bit of time on the whole project. There we go. So ferrite dust to pure ferrite down to magnetized ferrite, which I think it's like half, so I'll get at least 150 from this. This is awesome. The fact that I even have this is so cool. It was really worth it. The one thing I'm having a little bit of trouble with is this whole system up here. I haven't found anything. I found a hyperdrive. I found that I can use nanites to get boosts to my freighter hyperdrive, but they cost like thousands and thousands, like 10,000 nanites. And considering how slow it is for me to get nanites, I have no idea how I'm supposed to get that many in any like reasonable amount of time. However, I do still have other stuff here. As you can see, I've got cobalt in here for some reason. I should move that to my starship. Actually, I should move that to storage, but I'll show you my storage solution here in a moment. You need these frigate fuels in order to send out your frigates to go do things, which I will do right now while we're waiting for that. Oh, actually, no. I'll go move over the ferrite over to back into the refiner. There you go, 176. That's pretty good. All right, let's talk to our navigator. Will give us new expedition routes. Let's see, we got a combat one and just an exploration one. So honestly, I'm gonna send. Let's see. I'm gonna send this one out. I do have one combat. Yeah, I have a combat guy. I will send them that a ways. And then we have a exploration one. I will send them that a ways. And so what happens is after a while, it was about like an hour and a half for these. I got 3 of these little situations going where I can like talk to my fleet and see what they're up to and see what's been going on. I can also just, okay, so as you can see here, I've already discovered all of this stuff because I just went ahead and hit square and let that load. It just kind of scans every planet in the system, which is awesome because if you're looking for, that's not what I meant to do. If you're looking for something in particular, like, okay, you're looking for magnetized ferrite, for instance, you can go find it here. If you're looking for rusted metal, you can find it here. If you're looking for activated copper. Now, obviously, you can just refine for some of these things, but like, can't really refine for frost crystals or ancient bones or fungal mold, right? So it's nice to be able to do that, because I don't remember what little path I was going down, but I needed something for one of these things. I want to say it was a multi-tool thing. Maybe it was a freighter thing. I don't know, but I needed it for something. And so it was nice to just like hop to a different planet and then figure out what's going on. Let's go ahead and grab our ferrite, put it in our exosuit. And in 20 minutes, now we just have that. So the next time we go back to our settlement, we can just feed that building our resources, and we're good to go. Now, there's two things we can do here, right? We've already explored this area just a little bit. Let's see what log I'm on right now, or what mission I'm doing. They're just telling me to go through this. I could go back and do, I think the Atlas path is what I'm looking for, because I'm looking for an Atlas interface, which I guess we can warp using this. You can see trying to get us to an Atlas station, which is over here in Otis Bar. Now, we can't warp that with our freighter. However, we don't just have a freighter on board. We also did the Corvette mission path. So I do have something a little faster and something that can jump a little further. Let's fly around my Corvette a little bit. So here's my Corvette. It's nothing fancy because we don't really have much. It's just this long piece of whatever with the pilot seat at the end, a reactor up at the front, and our blasters up top. And this is it. This is all it is. There isn't much else here. But it's a fun little ship, and I put some extenders on here. So now we hop out of here. We can do basically my little my gameplay loop that I've discovered for myself. So I get all this stuff set up at the start of my session, I guess is the best way to put it. Now we can go to the galaxy map. I think we have a 420 light year. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 400. There's 247. There we go. We can just jump. We can skip. What was that? One solar system, and hop on over to another one. We can do the Atlas path, which, like I said, we haven't really done much of this yet. But we can just kind of hang out here for a little bit. Ooh, Lord. It's a little spooky, huh? Where's the space station? I don't think it's on the other. Oh, weird. It's between us and this planet. Now you might be thinking, oh man, all that cool stuff, you just left it in that other galaxy. Not true. I could just summon my freighter. Pop that right there. There it goes. And then when we want to, we can kind of go back in there, scan our ships, and too close to scan that. But we'll go into our space station here, because I'd mentioned earlier that I think space stations look a lot better now. And they really, really, really do. I can't tell what kind of space station it is, or what kind of whatever this is. Okay, it's a normal one. It's not an outlaw one. Outlaw ones kind of suck, I think. But here we go. Space stations look a lot different now. And I still have some, like, muscle memory associated with how space stations used to look. So I think, if I remember correctly, normally it would just be like 2 little areas on the left and the right. And now it's just this little bar. This 2-level area right here. So here, you know, you got your normal warp place, and you have your galactic terminal, which we will check and see what our wares are looking like. Oh, everything is down. Nothing is in the positives. That's... You hate to see it. You really hate to see it. I've never had any good luck with this. I think I've done it once where it was in the positives. You know, you buy trade goods from a planet and then or somewhere, and then it's all the trade goods are up top, right? Yeah, so you have like all these trade goods here you put in your starship, and then like what I would be spending, like what, 2.5 million, excuse me, on this stuff, thereabouts. And who knows when I'm ever going to see that money come back to me. I've got 13 million, almost 14. I'm willing to part with it. Throw it on my starship. And look at this. Just like no demand for this stuff, which is crazy to me. I don't know why there's no demand for these other trade things. I don't know what I'm missing there. But I'm obviously missing something. I don't think I need any more of these. I don't need anything else at the moment. But yeah, so like they're different now. You can come over here, get your navigational charts. There's an area over here. We could turn in fossils to browse fossil archive. We can sell them stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know what I'm supposed to be holding those onto. Holding onto those for exactly. But whatever. You know, you have this, which I finally figured out how this works. This guy. I just need to get a higher standing within the Explorers Guild in this case. Okay, so that would mean I would need to go back down here and take missions from this guy, which would increase my standing either with the Vikrines, Explorers, Mercenaries, or whatever else. Kill Explorers want me to kill creatures. That's funny. Ooh, a salvage free module. Damn, that would be extremely useful, I'm pretty sure. Sucks that I cannot get that. Okay. And then we'll go upstairs. We'll go the long way. I normally just fly up here. And then you do your normal stuff, which is what I remember from early game. You can always buy a suit upgrade. And you can come here, get your tools figured out. This is the thing I never really engaged with, the modules, and I didn't realize that this is like a good way to just get money. Because as you can see here, do they have a scanner one? Probably not, because I don't need a scanner one. Like here, mining beam. You know, you're just getting some bonuses here, which as you can see, you know, I've got a ton of them. So I got my optical drill, which obviously increases my resources mined, but now I have these. Dazzling. I'm increasing mining speed, getting rid of heat issues, fuel efficiency. Probably could put... I don't remember if this is the right... The numbers are where I want them. 41, 18, 16, 7... I think maybe this is the one we want in here. It really doesn't matter. I think the numbers are all so high that, like, who cares? But, you know, this is what's helping me make a lot of money so far. Obviously, I could come in and try and, like, see if they got a better multi-tool, which they don't. My multi-tool's significantly better than this right from the get-go. So I'm not going to bother. Assuming this one is the same or similar. This is Class C of maybe the same thing. I'm not sure. I could buy exosuit things here. This is the one thing I do want to figure out at some point. I don't know how to increase this. I don't know how to increase my exosuit stuff because I would like to, for instance, I bought myself a translator before I even finished the Artemis translator path, and this has been helpful for sure. I would like to get another one of these. I'd like to go further down this thing, but I'm running out of space, as you can see, and it's making me not want to get anything like for my jetpack because I only have 3 spaces of available to me, so I don't really want to like mess around too much with stuff. I might actually recycler. I might swap that out right now, actually, for a life support. Your nanites and you to your. All right, thank you. Install a movement. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an S tier life support something. You don't really have one, but I could get an S tier movement module for not much money. I really want the life support. I think that's the thing I want the most, because my life support is at 31 right now. Let's pop a life support thing while I'm thinking about it. And I need some carbon. All right, everything's at 100%. But yeah, here you go. Like this is it. I have not. Hello. I don't think I've actually talked to this thing yet. Flight path and landing overseer. Oh, if I had a station override or a forged passport, I could restore my standing or override. I don't know what that means. What is an overwrite code? I have not seen one of those yet, so I don't know what that does. You can also buy technology for your starship, which is how I have. See my starship. I have some boosts to that, right? I have a couple. I could do more, but I think I'm fine with what I've got. I really want to get this going, but I don't know how I'm supposed to do that just yet. And then if I had Exocraft, which I've not done anything on this end either. I don't have anything Exocraft wise. But I could get some cool stuff, it looks like. A Minotaur laser module. Minotaur cannon module. A Minotaur flame blower module. I could get modules. Do I have anything to sell, actually? Sometimes I will have, because I do a lot of fights with the Sentinels to defend my my settlement. I will occasionally have those to give, because I found that they're awful. But once you have like an S tier anything, it seems like the other stuff is not as good. All right, let's see what our log is at. We can do the Atlas path. We can do that right now. We have base computer archives we could search through, which I don't remember why we were doing that, but whatever. All right, yeah, because this is it. We're searching for Artemis and Apollo. Now we're doing an Atlas interface thing in order to do that. So why don't we go ahead and like go through with this for a little bit. I haven't seen any of this before, so this will be fun. I think we are well past as far as I've ever gotten in any of these saves, especially since they added basically all the story mode stuff. But it is nice that, compared to other space-like games, they add quite a bit more. Where's my ship? Where are you? You were over here somewhere. Oh, there you are. There you are. You know, I played a lot of Elite Dangerous before, as I mentioned, and I found that they really took their time trying to get you anything, right? It was really kind of hard to figure out what to do and how to make money and get to a place where you wanted to be. So, for instance, I really wanted a freighter at some point in that game, and that never happened. I'm still on a really long road trip across the galaxy that I kind of check in on every handful of months or so. And I'm just exploring, and then I'll come back and I'll deposit all that info. Why did I come here? Oh, I wanted to search. I wanted to do the big pulse. And I was looking at how much resources it took to get a freighter, and I was like, there's no shot, man. There's no way I'm gonna be able to make that work. It's just never gonna happen. There we go, planetary probe. And now look, you can see we have ancient bones, sentinel activity. Honestly, it looks like we got some pretty bad planets here. No big though. But it is good to know in case we need any of those things for our thing. Oh, let's go deposit our stuff before I forget. So storage 0, I just dump all of our basics. Anything I don't really need at the moment, I'm gonna kind of go live in here. And then trade materials like navigation data goes on the starship, geodes, oh, this is it. This is what I should have been doing. Should have been saving the, oh, hello, that you're new. Dirty bronze. Crafting and trading. And we'll move that to the starship. And we'll move these to the starship so that I know to trade them away later. As our stuff. Oh, I should move the chromatic metal and the pugnum, or whatever the hell that is. I've organized my inventory. You can see this is where I kind of keep trade stuff. This is where I kind of keep regular ass things like anything used for like crafting and upgrading, basically. Kind of lives in here. You can see I have a ton of antimatter for no good reason. Now let's go back to our Corvette. All right. We're gonna run back to our Corvette. We're gonna go towards the Atlas path, and then I think that's it. I was like, oh, I could just fly there in my spacesuit. Not really. That's not a thing you do in this game. But I did have that thought for all of a second. All right. Are up here somewhere. I think the mission structures in this game is like pretty solid, all things considered. You know, I think they're pretty good at like getting you a bunch of different cool stuff to do often. It's like, you know, I'm 20 hours into this and like, hello? Am I just flying into this normal? What the hell's going on here? The game bug out? Oh, it did bug out. Okay, hold on. I have to land here, it looks like. Did they not build a thing For this. There we go. That's really strange. Yeah, so that's the other thing, is that like some of these mechanics don't necessarily fit together very well. You can't park your Corvette in your freighter. You have to, you know, park it on the side. Here, obviously, you can't park it in, which I would assume that your normal spaceship would park itself somewhere around here, like over here, maybe. Obviously isn't happening here. I've learned the Atlas word for Atlas. Oh, that's good. Oh, they've added another language. That's fun. Search this. Search this. Oh, interesting. They gave me warp cells. That's fun. Oh, and my translator doesn't work on this thing. It has such power and knowledge craves submission. It knows my thoughts before I know them myself. It knows what I will do. Atlas asked me to follow its path. Milestone Pathfinder buff. Yeah, I mean, I might as well. I'll accept this. The sky is deep and full of wonders, and the path to enlightenment opens to me. Captured nanode. Unless containing zonally shifted quasi-cellular substrate warning, do not allow matrix to communicate with this dimensional space. Does need 100 chromatic metal? Okay. So now we gotta return to space and search for the word Apollo again. Oh, now we have to do a hollow Terminus thing. We'll do that some other time. I'll do that for myself later. It was cool getting to see that, though. Well, you know what? I might as well do the search, right? Good point. Away from these fleets that are right by us, and then we will open communication. Oh no, we have to scan for a hollow terminal. It's kind of funny that those just kind of generate for us when we do this, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think they're real until we press that button. At least that's my idea. I could be wrong. But it is very interesting that it does that. One other thing I wanted to say as I'm recording this, I'm using a whole new microphone setup now. I was gifted a new microphone, which I will put on screen. It is very cool looking. I think it sounds all right. So far, knock on wood, it doesn't have the same crackle that the old microphone had. It was really bothering me. Kind of made me stop recording for a little bit there. The other cool thing about it is that it comes in its own, like, you know, I don't know what you call it, but the like little rubber band things that you put around on microphones, so that when you bump the table or you bump something that your microphone is connected to, it doesn't like, oh, there it is. Just gotta park it. It will kind of dampen some of that sound. One of the cooler things about the Corvette, by the way, is that you can just do this. There you go. I'm on the planet now. Oh my god, I'm dying. Immediately dying. What the hell was everything? We can find a new word. Cool. The Vicrene word for pathetic. That's very funny. Oh, we're not that far. Oh, there it is. I see it. Come on. You should just be able to show me that it's right there. I can see the hollow terminal. I feel like every time I found a holo terminal, it's been on like the worst types of planets. Well, that's fun. I can just fly forever now. I won't really take advantage of that, but that's fine. I'm just gonna do this holo terminal, probably. I probably do need the chromatic metal. I probably should have gone and grabbed that. Which, I mean, there's copper here, right? Salt. Check out some of these flying animals. There's gotta be something, right? Pyrite. It might not have been copper on this planet. It might be the other one. Anyways. Oh, yeah. To Apollo. Whoa, you're new. Read Apollo. Identify yourself right in this call. A pretense to make you feel better about being alone? What an asshole. Some distant uncharted world, disappearing from the network. In your data logs, let me see this for myself. Yeah. I mean, there's no reason not to. It sounds just like echoes of the Sentinel events. You've seen them before, of course. Drones that appear from nowhere if you interfere with their precious planets. This data is distorted, inverted. There's a lot to gain if we figure out how the Sentinels appear so quickly. And this, the portals? Perhaps they're the key. Okay. What do you say? Wanna work together on this? Be partners? Yeah, might as well. If you're going to work with me, we need to expand your base of operations. I'll send you a contact of mine. I'll supply you with what you need. Just remember to be polite. Well, alright. Now we gotta go find a contact. I'm not sure how we do that. Oh, okay, we gotta do another jump. We'll do that some other time. Can I jump from here? Is this where I normally jump from? Where's my ship? My ship is over there. I do jump from there. I don't know. I find these missions pretty fun. I find this game has really improved in ways that, like, I never thought possible. And I know it's kind of like the thing to say about this game is that it's improved, but genuinely it's really fun. It's a genuinely very good time. It's a really fun game. I think that there's a lot of, like, just fun stuff to do in this game in a way that it never really had before. Even if it is just kind of simple. I'm just pressing left trigger and right trigger on various plants and objects and things and getting money for it. Like, sometimes that's all a video game needs to be, is this. And I'm really happy that it is just a better and more fully fledged video game now. Because I feel like the promise was always there, and now I think that they've met that promise and gone past it, by leaps and bounds. So with that, this has been my save. This has been my little save that I've been working on. Ooh, something fun over there. I think that's the other thing too, is that, like, the game also is pretty solid about, like, you will just be flying around and go, hey, I see something in the distance. Is that worth checking out? And then at a certain point, they give you the tools to make checking that stuff out not a pain in the butt. You know what I mean? Like, cool, there's stuff over there I could check out. Can't quite tell what that is from up here. It's a pretty big building. Unknown building, even. I could just, you know, hop out of my chair, go down onto the planet, check it out, see what's going on, and then come back if it's not really worth my time. And sometimes it isn't, right? You do that and you go, well, there wasn't really anything worth it there that's like, you know, piquing my interest at this point. And then sometimes you go down and you're like, oh, I found something cool. I found the settlement. And now I'm doing this, you know, off and on. And you know what? Maybe we end it there. We end it back on our settlement. And we'll go, you know what? I think we end it by driving off into space. This has been my fun little save file. I hope you've enjoyed watching me goof around in No Man's Sky. If you like this stuff, let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this. Either me playing No Man's Sky or just me going through other save files from various games that I've been playing. I'm more than willing to go through this stuff with y'all. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.